Hey guys, it's Gaijin Hunter, and today I wanted to show you off a little bit of demo gameplay against the new Deviant, the Incinerating Glavenus in Monster Hunter Cross, or as we'll call it in the West, Monster Hunter Generations. Now there are only 12 Deviants in the game, but it's worth noting that Glavenus was the only one that got a Deviant version, so I think this kind of solidifies him as the leader of the pack of the Fated Four. Now to be honest, I wasn't that happy with this video, but it shows off the monster fine enough, so I thought it would be great to upload. I'm using the final sword for Plesioth, so it's a sleep bombing set for Sword and Shield. Now for this hunt, I'm using the Adept style, and to be honest, I think it's the hardest monster in the game to fight if you're not using Adept. Now this particular monster has a few interesting gimmicks, one of them being that if you'll notice, the attacks either have fire or they have blast, so it's not often that you're just getting hit with just a blunt part of the monster. Another thing you'll see here is he's going to now swallow up some heat into his mouth. When he does this, you have a small period of time to hit him in the face, and if you can get him to flinch, he'll spit it out and drop an item. For all of his weapons, which are really good, to upgrade them to further levels, you do need to get the higher ranked version of his drops. So if you're not used to hitting him in the head when he's glowing, you're going to have a hard time trying to update your weapons. Right now he's starting out pretty slow, he just needs to get his fire burning. You know, I've gotten pretty good at evading his moves, but you have to keep in mind that I've fought this monster many times. Here's what he looks like when you mount him. And again, his head is glowing, so I definitely want to make him flinch. So I'm going to start using some bombs here. I thought one would be enough, I was actually wrong, so I will have to go and do it before he swallows it up. And we managed to make him sleep. So here we go, we get the nice triple damage for the sleep bomb modifier for the first hit, and this will knock his face right out. So there you see the smoke go up in the air, he drops an item, and it's back to battle. He has this really nice move where he just slams down and he just jumps. I like to call him the rubber band, and I think you'll see why once I get him out into a larger arena. Just the way he slaps his tail down is just so great. If you get hit by that, mind you, like, especially at later levels, that'll take off most of your health. But he's a monster that is well telegraphed, so if you know how to fight him, you know, you can get through it just fine. So I think in that regard, it's not artificial difficulty, it's real difficulty, which is cool. You know, you only get one of those every once in a while, so it just feels really good. There we go. Now he's all hot. Now watch what happens. When he does this, he's going to do a double twist. This is twist 1 and twist 2. Luckily with Adept style, you have just enough time if you just let the Adept run just go to end to go ahead and do another evade right before he hits you. Thank God. When you go online with people who have never faced him before, you get like 2 or 3 carts in one shot. It's hilarious. One cool thing though is because he puts his tail forward before he does that twist, if you can get up close to him, you can hit him in the tail a few times before he does it, and you might actually have a chance to break the tail and make him flinch. When he notices that you need to do a potion, he can be very accurate with those tail swipes. He's such a troll. He's such a meanie. At later levels, you do have to watch out for this Blast Blight, because if he hits you when you have Blast Blight, you'll take a lot of damage. Come on, come in the trap. There we go. This isn't exactly a Sleep Bomber set, but I thought it would be fun to try anyways. It's a good time. Okay, so I think that gives you the general idea of his basic moves. As the fight went on, he hit me quite a bit, I hit him quite a bit, and it was just kind of like, you know, going back and forth, smacking each other. It was a fun hunt. Fireball in the face. Again, without adept style, this can be a very tricky hunt. Don't feel bad to use traps. If you notice that his tail is sparkling, you can use a shock trap so you can wail on it so you can get the flinch. Or if you see that his face is sparking, you can go and use a trap hole. Now the Incinerating Glavenus has an awesome armor set. Here is what it does. It has a new skill called Polisher, which is when you sharpen your weapon for a few minutes, you don't go down sharpness at all. So if you're like dual blade users, you can polish your weapon and then just go crazy for a few minutes without having to worry about any sharpness decrease. You also get Deviant Blessing, so you can be a little reckless, I believe. And then there's a combined skill for all the Deviants that unlock as you upgrade their armor pieces to level 6. They go up to level 10. So once you clear this level 6 quest, you can use those tickets to upgrade your level 5 versions of the armor to level 6. And they get stronger defense, and then from level 6 they unlock a new skill, which is kind of a combination of several skills. For the Incinerating Glavenus though, you unlock a skill that gives you Sharpness +2 and Fast Sharpen if you're a Blade Master, or Trajectory and Fast Sharpen if you're a Gunner. Now, Sharpness +2, don't go crazy, it's not 2 levels of Sharpness up, it's actually the old Sharpness +1. They've now split it up in this game, so Sharpness +1 just elongates your current or gives you a sliver of the next one, where Sharpness +2 is a much bigger jump, sort of how we're used to it in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Now you may be asking yourself, well, if you're a Blade Master you get Sharpness +2 and Fast Sharpen, but what the heck, like Gunner only gets Trajectory? And you're actually wrong, because Fast Sharpen works with Polisher on a Gunner weapon. I know that sounds really weird, but if you use a Whetstone when you're doing a Gunner with this set, for the next minute, anytime that you hit a monster from critical distance, you'll get 25% attack power bonus. So instead of doing 1.5 times damage, you do 1.75 times. It's really funny to see a Gunner sharpening their weapon, but it's just a gimmick that they decided to add in for this set, and it's pretty interesting. Now for this monster in particular, all of his weapons are so good that I plan to do a special showcase video. He is really one of the greatest endgame monsters. I love his set, love his weapons, and his Palico stuff is really great as well. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the preview of this monster and hope you look forward to fighting him in Monster Hunter Generations. And until next time, happy hunting.